Hello everybody, Anop here. Welcome back to some more Degrees of Ludity. Yes, we'll be continuing on with these parties, because I'm curious what happens if you get the bones and you don't get the bones or the stones. Yes. There you are. Avery says, the guest will be arriving soon. She examines your outfit. Very good. She links her arms with yours. Shall we? She leads you to the atrium. There we go. The servants have arranged themselves in lines on each side, creating a pathway to create room. The door stands open and you hear the first guest arrive. Be on your behavior, Avery says. Remy is from a good family. Best not mention her low roots. Oh, okay, cool. The tension in the room rises as Remy appears from the door. She steps through and approaches Avery. Welcome, Remy, Avery says. Thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you. The pleasure is mine. Remy says. Did she regard you? I greet. Hello. Remy enters the lounge, and you remain by Avery's side as she greets the other guests. Like Remy, many seem to be from the countryside around town. The servants peel off and tend to guest, with the last shutting the door behind the final arrival. You notice Remy continually fixing her gaze on one of the other guests. She rests her hand on her hip if prepared for something. You follow her gaze and see she's looking right away. The brown fox is here, blending in with the crowd, slowly walking towards the display room, and Remy sees. Avery frowns. Just big pout. Okay. I need to speak with Remy, Avery says. You'll have to see to the other guest. Just smile and nod when they speak, laugh at their jokes, and make sure the glasses stay full. Display room. So what if we go to the display room? You recognize the fossil. It's ancient but common, and there's not worth much. You don't think the thin woman knows that. Oh. Ignore? So he said he was going to the garden? You spot the brown fox steeping into the shadows. You move, you should try this Chardonnay, a plush woman says. She holds a glass. Sure, I'll have a sip. You crouch in the shadows where you last saw the brown fox. You quietly search around inside to realize there's a second pair of footsteps each time you move. You turn around to face with her. You caught me. Well done. Your hearing is sharp, she says, next to hedge and motions for you to do the same. Her head tilts curiously. Well, you must have hunted me down for a reason. Why are you here? To search for the clutching bones. Big gatherings like this are the only time I can slip in. I don't expect the high elk herself to be here, though it's complicated. Oh, she smiles. I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about. Warn her Remy knows she's here. I suspected as much. She's sharp. Thank you, though. Now I know for sure. She grabs something on her belt. You hear a metallic scrap. I can't do anything else. I guess I could have screamed, but I guess I missed that chance. What? You start to stand, but you pull. What? But she pulls you back down the ground. Puts a hand over your mouth. You struggle briefly. You hear footsteps approaching. I knew I smelled a rat. It's Remy. The footsteps get closer. She breathes in heavy. The stench of piss-stained coward. Of a piss-stained coward. Come out now. She releases you and jumps out of the shrubbery. I've won this game hundreds of times, little fox. You're not getting away. Remy gives chase. You don't dare expose yourself. You lay still until you faintly hear someone cry out in pain. In the distance. Jesus. Stress. You continue to lay there still for some time. Finally, either of them, you hear the dinner bell ring and the guest wander towards the dining room. You arrive at the dining room. At the same time, Remy, she adjusts her jacket and catch a brief glimpse of fresh blood-stained bandage underneath. There's a matching one on her right wrist. Her eyes meet yours. There's a small queue where servants show guests their seats. You still have a few moments. She's alright. A pest nookie and I handled it. I expect Avery's house pet to be able to handle such trifles, but I shouldn't be surprised. I guess jerks for me towards... Okay. What the fuck am I, pest exterminator? Jesus Christ, what do you expect? As if expecting someone, but no one comes. Servants arrive with starters, roast scallops, on a tomato bed. You and Avery are seated first, but Avery doesn't touch her meal. The other guests don't either, waiting for Remy to start. How should you conduct yourself eating tonight? Don't eat at all? Do you mean, okay, do you mean now? Because, okay, you said the other guests don't either, so no one's eating yet. They're waiting for Remy to start. Do you mean entirety of the night? Because if Remy starts eating, then I can politely start eating. But if, I just start politely eating while people are still waiting for Remy, what? Okay, well, I don't, the question, politely. You wait with Avery and guest. Okay, this is what I was confused about. Or sweet and salty. Everyone eats a measured pace, as afraid of finishing first. Oh, whoa. A polite murmur of conversation fills the room, but it's quiet when the main course arrives. Linguine with lemon garlic and parmesan. Once more, everyone waits for Remy to start first. It's very good. The guests voice their approval up and down the hall. Oh. It's soufflé? What? Lay? What? Soufflé? What? What is this word? I don't know. Servants bring it out. I'd like you to lead the toast after dessert, Avery says. She pushes a note across the table. I wrote a few words for you, short and sweet. You look at the note. Thank you all for joining Avery and I this evening. I know many of you have had a long journey to get here, and we're very glad you could grace us with your presence. There's someone I'd like to thank in particular. A toast to Remy. Sure, dude, I can do it. Read it verbatim. Nice work, Avery says. Yeah, thanks, man. Yes, let's go! We got funding, baby. Remy raises to her feet. A writing crop in her hand. The conversation dies. Thank you, Avery, Remy says, holding to the crop aloft in her hand. I had a lovely evening, but I fear I must make my excuses. You know I can't leave the farm long. I was hoping we could discuss business, Avery said. My building project could use your support. Remy stares across the table, then examines her writing crop in both hands. She seems to be coming to a resolution. Very well. If anyone can give this town a sense of discipline, it's you, and you have my full support. My people will contact yours. I don't know why I'm doing this southern... I'm trying, okay? Shut up. She puts her glass down and glances at her watch, and then walks towards the exit. The other guests rise. Let's go. Inviting bar? Who the fuck is bar? Barry? Avery wears a satisfaction smile and examines her phone. We did fine work this evening, she says. Work is rarely so productive. I'm inviting Barry, a local... Whoa. Oh, right, yeah, now I remember. Yeah. Next week, make sure you're present. She examines your body. I deserve a reward. Whoa. Refresh? I don't know. What? Oh, okay, we already did it. I was like, I looked over checking something, and then I completely forgot where I was. Oh, mamma mia. Your hair needs work. It needs to be neater for the future. Yeah. There's malice in her eyes, yeah. Very good. Don't let the bad habits surface. Keep your decorum. Is a common sort. Don't let any bad habits surface and keep up your decorum. Okay. She swans down the middle of the room. Welcome to my mansion, Avery says. Please make yourself at home. Oh, I will. You must be the one I heard so much about. Part of me thinks it's a shame you risen to these heights without falling into my lap first. Oh. You greet the remaining guest alongside Avery. She turns to you after the last reps. There's something I need from, but I don't know how to pronounce that name. Barry? Of all the rodents scurrying around, Barry's the most reasonable. Reasonable? Reasonable, yeah. Okay. I need her to keep the rest in check. Make it happen. Well, I need you to keep the rest in check. I suspect it will. What? You can promise money if that's what it takes. I suspect it will. I'll take care of the other guest. By rodents, Avery means criminals. Oh, the underworld will have taken interest in Avery's project. She's the right to think the likes of Barry could help. Okay. You find Barry in the lounge, sprawled out on a sofa. I'm probably butchering that name. Shut up. Her hands and clothes are more alluring. Her demeanor more relaxed. I was hoping Avery would send you, she says. Have a seat and some wine. It's a nice place you have here. I might buy a midget on this street myself someday. What's up with the project? Criminals are interfering with Avery's building project. Can you help with that? Straight to business, huh? Very well, I think I know who's reasonable, but I'll need good reason to tingle with them. The more you offer, the harder it will be to convince Avery. The more you offer, the harder it'll be to convince Avery. It would be nice to have a new vehicle. She looks dull compared to me, of course, but something with a good reflection would be nice. Flirt. My, I thought I'd become immune to such antics. Aren't you a catch? We understand each other. You return Avery, how'd it go? Barry agreed to help, you say, but she wants a car in return. She nods. Fine, whatever gets us back on schedule. Was there anything else? Avery might still need some convincing. Sung her praises. You just nibble some of the greens, but Avery seems to enjoy the salt and pepper squid. Salt and pepper squid. So does Barry. If her theatric swoon is anything to go by. The guests' conversation amongst themselves while waiting for the main course. Avery's lost in thoughts. I'll just leave her to her thoughts. The process is so theatric that it toys at being mockery. Avery's temple throbs. Oh no. Dessert is half eaten when races to her feet and walks down the length of the table and smiles at Avery. An uncomfortable murmur escapes the other guest. We unusually remain seated during meals, Avery says, unless there's a fire. Forgive me, how can I use the bathroom? Can't you hold it in? Yes, can I use the bathroom or not? Avery nods, half gesture to her head. Barry takes, that to mean you should show her the way, and Avery doesn't protest. Fine. That's far enough, darling. I don't think I need the bathroom after all, but I'm just glad to have you all to myself for a moment. What's up? There's something you want from me? I just have a question. What's Avery like, really like, in private? She's a monster. A monster? No, I'm the devil. She's troubled. She's a good person, man. Interesting. Your demeanor changed when you speak of Avery, you know. There's a sadness there. I've learned all I want to come. The party must be wrapping up. We'll be suspicious. Let's go. Thank you for coming, she says. The pleasure's mine, Bar says. Barry? I don't know this name. I should look it up, I'm stupid. She holds her hand out for a while. Avery reaches for Brad's hand without looking at it. They shake. See you around. Let's go. I invited Dr. Harper to the party next week. Someone more on our level, and eccentric as she is. Now to relax. She walks away. Nice work. As distasteful as it is, using butter to keep the other rats in check lets us keep our hands clean. Mostly, she dusts her hands off, and for a bottom sum, too. We could have done worse. That's a car's worth. Okay. Alright, there you are. Very good. Okay, the doctor has low roots, but she has risen far. People show proper respect. Neat. Getting all this lore. You spend time in public. Oh, well. I didn't know about that, but okay, I thought I had. Okay, well, you know. You know how it is, you just forget you're not wearing boxers. Well, I guess I didn't, because it excites you. Oh. Sorry I'm late. I'm still in my work clothes. Just finished and came straight here. It's no trouble at all, Avery says. Doctor looks, hello, I'm Dr. Harper. It's pleased to meet you. She looks young. Can't be older than 25. Oh. Older than me still. Politely. We're happy to have you. Thank you, Harper says. I hear you have a well-stocked library or study. We are so blessed. It wouldn't be uncouth of me to ask for a look. Not at all. Avery reaches into her pocket and produces a key. Show our guest to the study and get her anything else she needs. Show her to the study. Leans close. Be sure to leave a good impression. Yeah, man, I got you. Unlock the door and walk inside. Such rare titles. Just like I heard. Mind if I take notes? She places her hand on a clipboard on the desk. No, I guess I don't. A small camera from her pocket and snaps a picture or two. Once satisfied, she replaces the book and puts the camera. Now then, there's something I must prepare while I have privacy. She pulls out a leather glove, stretches it taut, and then reaches into her coat pocket, pulls out a small pink crystal. This is a hazardous material. It's inert for now, but if ground ingested, it reacts with the human body. She dons a mask and places another in front of you. I need an assistant. Sure, dude. Could you grind up the shard into a powder? Don't worry if it's coarse. I'm sure the guest won't mind. She places the crystal on the table and taps it with a hammer. Nothing happens. She taps it again and again until shards break off. She drops it in a mortar and grinds it. A light tap is all it needs, she says once you find the fault lines. What's the powder for? It's for the other guests. They're expecting it. Good. Crystals break down with little effort. Here, Harper produces a glass vial and holds it out. You tip in the powder and seal it with a cork and hold it tight. Very good work. Come, Avery must be anxious to have you by her side again. You leave the study. Harper locks the door behind you and then walks downstairs. You find Avery in the lounge, surrounded by guests. You have good taste, Avery, Harper says, in literature and boys both. Oh. Avery nods. I'm glad you think so. She makes eye contact with a servant, then raises her voice. Ladies and gentlemen, dinner is served. Come. Not on the dinner, no. Take this to the servant in the kitchen. They'll know what to do with it. I wouldn't trust anyone else here to make the journey. Ah. It's a bright color here. It's due to the light and the mist have been built in the empty space. Oh boy. I'm gonna save. Just in case this is like some fucking anthrax and I defeat it to everybody. I deliver it to the kitchen, I guess. Oh. I see. The servants arrive carrying ladles of steaming bowls of brown soup. It smells of beef and onion and a sickly sweetness. The guests throw hesitant looks at Harper as they spoon into the mouth in their mouths. Harper smiles back as taking a mouthful. Avery's the last to eat. Oh. Some look anxious, hoping for seconds, but Avery calms them. Patience, my friends. The main course will be... Okay, we got it. To remain silent, the bowls are clear, no one speaks. You hear movement in the kitchen, but not much else. Then Harper raises to her feet. I hope you enjoyed the secret ingredient, she says. She sounds stable, composed. Thank you for inviting me, Avery. Know that for your building project on Elk Street has my support. If we're ever in question, Avery nods. Can I not tempt you with the main course? Work calls. What? Oh my god, my brain fucking short-circuited it. What the fuck? They do run me ragged, but thank you. Have a pleasant evening, everyone. Dr. Harper leaves the room just as 4 servants enter the opposite end carrying a large tray between them. Harper will now support the construction on Avery's building project on Elk Street. Avery rises and reaches for the closest tray. 2 other guests do likewise. Two of the more composed guests, you notice as one, all 3 lift their lids. Beneath them now reveal a thin girl, a robust girl, and a slim girl, each naked except for bindings. Oh, I see. An approving murmur erupts through the room. The thin girl, the one closest to you, freezes in fright. The servants enter, one more, some carrying baskets of strawberries and other carrying jugs of cream. Bro, what the fuck? You'll forgive me if I serve the main course and dessert together, Avery says. Please indulge yourselves. The guests surge forth as if awfully say nothing, man. Oh no. That's why they're here, Avery says. Parties like these are the rage now. Smart of you to keep your thoughts to yourself. The guests haul the thin girl upright. You recognize her. She's from the orphanage. Oh no. Oh, Jesus. The guests become more unhinged. They make guttural, inhuman sounds. None of them seem to care how deranged they become. I'll take my leave. It's vulgar, but do what we have to. That includes keeping up with the fashions. These are people I need on my side. Temple people have invited themselves again next week, including Jordan. Make sure you're available. I hate dealing with them alone. God, how many fucking parties are they, dude? He doesn't keep getting unhinged. Fine. Can I have a word, boy? Oh. There's malice in her eyes. Long day. The kitchen becomes such a mess. Make sure it's clean from now on. I couldn't bear the embarrassments of having rats. But you had rats, you said. Very good. There's a pool. Pleasure in nature will suit us, of course. But anyways, I don't understand. Why is it looping now? Does something different happen when I get the bones? I don't know. The clutching bones or stones or whatever. I don't understand. Because I swear we already had Quinn's support on this. So it just seems like it's looping now, forever. So does something change when you take the stones? I don't know. I don't know. But now we hit a loop. I'm gonna look into this. So I'll end this episode here, and I'll see your lovely faces next time. Sorry if it's short. I was expecting something else to happen. Let's have a loop. I guess I got thrown for a loop. Thank you for... Yes, that's the humor you subscribed for. Yeah, I know. Alright, ciao.